Here is a story of treason and unlikely alliances. A story of how one unsuspecting hero would unite a nation and deliver them from certain doom. The Ruins of Ostagar. Its battle-trodden structures speak of a conflict long past, yet here you stand today. The king of Ferelden and his army have decided this old stronghold will be the perfect place for their stand against the onslaught of the Darkspawn. Ferelden has vanquished this ancient evil before, and it would do so again. Only this time, you will play a pivotal role. You stand now with the King's Council and the Grey Wardens of Ferelden. Each time a blight plagues the land, the Wardens have been called upon to put an end to it. As a newly initiated Grey Warden yourself, your past is unimportant. That is not what you will be remembered for. All that matters now is that the Darkspawn are on the move, and you will have to play your part in the coming conflict. As the Grey Wardens fight side by side with the King's Guard on the battlefield, the Darkspawn fall by the hundreds. It seems this blight will be stopped here, at Ostagar. As ordered, you light the great beacon atop the Tower of Ishal. The beacon, which can be seen from miles around, is the signal that will usher in the King's reinforcements and Terin Logain's army. But the reinforcements never arrive, and King Cailan dies on the battlefield along with your fellow Grey Wardens. It was not the blight that killed the king and his kingdom, it was betrayal. Because of Terin Logain's mad ambition, the Darkspawn threat will be allowed to flourish. As you wake up the next day in an unfamiliar place, your mind is in a fog. The last thing you remember was falling to the Darkspawn in the Tower of Ishal, just after you and Alistair successfully lit the beacon that was supposed to signal Logain's reinforcements. While you're trying to piece together what had happened during the battle, a familiar figure steps through the door. You recognize her as a woman you met in the wilds during your initiation into the Grey Wardens. Morgan is her name. She and her mother Flemeth tell you that your knightly order is broken, the king is dead, and Ferelden is doomed to fall to the blight. You and Alistair were the only Grey Wardens to survive the massacre at Ostagar, so through this horrible turn of events, it falls to the both of you to end this blight, but you will not do so alone. Flemeth gives the two surviving Grey Wardens ancient treaties that were once signed by elves, men, and dwarves. If ever a blight was to threaten Ferelden, the Grey Wardens could call upon the mortal races to deliver the land from its destruction. Yourself and Alistair embark on a quest that will determine the fate of Ferelden. Since King Cailan's death, the land has fallen to civil war. Alistair recommends the party journeys to Redcliffe, his childhood home, in order to obtain the assistance of Arl Eamon. The Grey Wardens will need the support of the human nobility if they wish to unite Ferelden against the Blight. Upon arriving in Redcliffe, our heroes find the castle home to the undead. You valiantly fight your way through Castle Redcliffe, and after much effort, you and your companions lift the curse plaguing its people. Its people might be saved, but Arl Eamon is still suffering from a deadly poison courtesy of the traitor Terin Logain. Eamon's recovery is of paramount importance. If Logain went through all this trouble to silence Arl Eamon, then he must know Eamon possesses the means to unite Ferelden against him. Beyond the reach of conventional healing, Arl Eamon's only hope for survival is an ancient and powerful relic known as the Urn of Sacred Ashes, a relic that, regrettably, has been lost for centuries. In the pursuit of this relic, the Grey Wardens journey across the land, slaying Darkspawn and forging alliances using the authority of their ancient treaties. Soon, they garner the support of elves, magi, and dwarves, but even with the help of their new allies, Terin Logain still sits on the throne of Denerim, and the race of man will continue to tear itself apart until the blight consumes them all. Although the hour is late, the Grey Wardens return to Castle Redcliffe, clutching the urn of sacred ashes. With the holy relic, Al-Emin is healed instantaneously. Now purged of the insidious poison, Emin thanks the Grey Wardens for their rescue and proposes a plan to deal with Logan the Betrayer once and for all. Al-Emin has called a landsmeet in the capital city of Denerim. With the human nobility in attendance of this landsmeet, the Grey Wardens expose Logain for what he truly is, a traitor to the realm. With Logain dealt with, Ferelden finally stands a chance of saving itself from its own destruction. Politics now aside, the Darkspawn are on the move. Scouts report seeing the Horde headed for Redcliffe. It is time to prepare for the coming battle. On their march to defend Redcliffe, the Wardens discover that the Archdemon has deceived them and brought the Darkspawn Horde in behind their army to strike at the city they just left undefended, the capital city of Denerim. It was a bloodbath. The screams of countless innocents could be heard from every corner of the crumbling capital, and the only way this massacre is going to end is if one of the Grey Wardens can reach the Archdemon and tear his twisted heart from his chest. As the races of elf, men, and dwarf fight fruitlessly down below, the Grey Wardens are joined by their loyal companions in a gut-wrenching battle with the Archdemon himself. After a long and costly struggle, the Archdemon leaves the Grey Wardens with an opening. Charging forward to destroy the beast, the Archdemon's soul merges with the Warden, and the dragon is torn asunder. In that moment, the oath of every Grey Warden is fulfilled. This blight is over. With the Archdemon slain, the Darkspawn flee back into the dark recesses of the underground. Ferelden lives to see another dawn, and while the land lies in ruin, its people will never forget the young Wardens whose great sacrifice saved them from annihilation. With Dragon Age Inquisition on the horizon, I think we can all agree the time to introduce a new lore series is now. Up until this point, the Shoddycast channel has been dealing strictly with games falling under Bethesda Game Studios, games like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Now they're incredible franchises, don't get me wrong, but I think it's about time this channel spread its wings and learned how to fly. When I said a while back that we were looking to make the Shoddycast the premier lore channel on YouTube, I meant it. We've got big plans, but we're gonna need your help. Currently we have the team, but not the resources to make another lore series a reality. Not even close. But instead of holding out our hands and asking for charity, we've come up with a better idea. If you've watched our channel for any length of time, you'll recognize the amount of care we put into our videos. At least I like to think you do. If we're going to even think about producing a new lore series for Dragon Age, we need to make 100% sure that we can do it justice with proper visuals and grade A talent. Instead of cutting back our existing Elder Scrolls or Fallout content to free up this cash, we've decided instead to revamp the way we collect donations. Now, up until this point, some of you have been donating to the Shoddycast, and it's been out of the goodness of your hearts, and I thank you very much for that. But that's about to change. We've come to realize that what a lot of you want from us is more content. Many of you are consistently screaming it from the comment section. We've been listening to your concerns. If you're a fan of the Shoddycast channel and are looking to dive even deeper into video game lore and history, we'll be offering bonus videos, special live stream panels, lore audiobooks, and more through a service called Patreon. For those of you who haven't heard of Patreon, it is a crowdfunding site, much like Kickstarter, only instead of getting a reward for a single donation, sponsors receive ongoing bonus content from the creators they love. For example, become an official sponsor of the Shoddycast for as little as $1 a month, and you won't only be ensuring this channel's survival and continued growth, but we'll give you access to exclusive content only available to those viewers who donate. Before anyone throws a fit, I want to make it clear that this is bonus content. content outside of our traditional YouTube offerings. We'll never charge money for any of our lore episodes, but for those of you who can spare some change, we'd love to reward your generosity. To paint a picture in your mind and give you an idea of what we're asking for, if only 1% of our channel's viewer base were to donate $1 or more a month, this channel's team and ability to push out content would grow to be so great. We could be pushing out multiple high-polished episodes every week instead of a bi-weekly basis. As support for our channel increases, so will our ability to hire more talented people, writers, voice actors, and artists to make the series that you love. Our dream is to one day have a dedicated team working on each lore series, just like we currently have with Fallout and Elder Scrolls. If we can garner enough support, before long this channel will be covering every RPG franchise that deserves to have its story told in a concise and eloquent manner. We can have a lore channel worthy of the games it is covering. So if you like the videos we've been producing so far and would like to give us the resources to make more, head over to our Patreon page and start browsing. As always, this channel's fate is in your hands. We're just the nerds that keep this mess together. I've been Josh, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the eventual release of the Dragon Age lore series.